about 10 times. That's all I get. It don't even look like the moon. It looks like a fucking... It looks like the fucking movie The Ring. So a subscriber left a comment saying that in his experience, the dragons are good. And they're the guardians. Which kind of makes sense to me. I mean, because when the dragons are looking at me, they don't, like, yeah, they're intimidating looking, but I mean, that's just how they look in nature, right? Like, if you saw a Komodo dragon 2 feet away from you, you know, that would be pretty frightening too, right? Even though doesn't necessarily mean it's going to attack you or whatever, especially with an intelligent being like that. See, because in my experience, like, I met the dragon that's inside the sun, and I always just assumed it was Satan, because in the Bible it says that he's a dragon, right? But the more I look into things, like that part in Revelation where it says the dragon, that old serpent, the devil and Satan, right? Like, I'm almost positive that's Azazel, that's in Antarctica, that verse that's talking about him, that Satan. Because in the book of Revelation also, it says that there's an angel that stands inside the sun, and it commands all the fowls of the earth to feed on the flesh of all men, you know, great and small, like all everybody, right? So when I think about it, it's like, is that what that's talking about? That giant dragon creature that's in the sun that knew my name, right? Like, I met it about, I don't know, 18 years ago. Is that an angel? Is that what angels look like? Well, some of them, I guess. Because that's pretty crazy. You know, like, I've been... Like, it seems like it's my calling to figure out what I'm supposed to do with these dragons, right? Like, I can see them in the sky. I just don't know what they're there for, why they have their intention on me. Like, those things I'm trying to figure out, and it's like, if it's true that with Christ all things are possible, then would it be possible that I have control over these dragons, right? I mean, if that was the case, and I don't mean like control over it, like to call it down so I can jump on its back and ride it. Like, I don't think that that's kind of how it works. I'm pretty sure that they're going to stay in that dimension, but their energy influences this dimension. That's probably how it works. And if I did, you know, let's say I did gain that type of power, I guess you'd say, well, how would I use it? Right? Like, obviously I'm not a evil person. I'm not gonna attack people for no reason that don't deserve it. But okay, in this scenario, let's say I gain control over the power of the dragon or the dragons, and I can tell them to spit fire upon the earth, right? And the people here in the world won't be able to see the dragons like I do, right? But they would probably see the fire coming out of the sky, right? Well, if I think about it that way, then would I be able to then not attack countries or things like that, but use them to attack, or at least threaten to attack the governments of the world, right? To tell them to stop killing us, stop sending us to war, right? I mean, like, in my immediate thought, that would be the most righteous thing to do with that type of power, right? Would be to use it to end the suffering here the best way possible, at least to prevent murder and killing needlessly for money, right? And then obviously after that's successful, then work on everything else that's wrong with this place. But I mean, that would, like, but would that also make me the Antichrist? Because I destroy all the governments of the world, then you would need a ruling, governing body over the entire world after all the smaller ones are destroyed, right? So I don't know. Also, you know, the Antichrist calls fire down from the sky. That's part of his gifts, right? So it's like, is that from the dragons? Is the fire from the sky coming out of the mouths of the dragons in the sky? You know, these are all things I think about. It's like, you know, whatever. It is what it is. You know, you want to think I'm crazy. You know, I'm crazy. You know, I'm just a crazy fox. But we'll see.